I will show you how E is equal to mc square comes. Now, today I will derive this formula by the equation. We all know about kinetic energy. F is equal to S, where S is equal to displacement. Also, you know about F is equal to mv upon T, where mv is the momentum and T is equal to time. So we route this equation. D is equal to mv upon dt, momentum upon time. Now we write this equation. From this, kinetic energy becomes 0 to S d mv upon dt and ds. You also know ds upon dt is equal to velocity. So kinetic energy becomes velocity v, ds upon dt dmv. Now when this value is changed, ds, so this is called dmv. Now this value is changed, becomes mv. So 0 mv, this value becomes v d mv. Now by the theory of relativity m0 under root 1 minus v square upon c square becomes m, mass. Put the value, this equation becomes speed of light. Now you can see kinetic energy 0 to mv, v d m0 v becomes this. By integration of fraction, you know that x dy is equal to xy minus value of, if constant is this, so first function into second function is equal to y x dy dx. By this you can use that value is x and this is dy. Now the kinetic energy becomes mv square under root 1 minus v square upon c square, and this value becomes mass 0 to v, where mass is constant. You can remove this value, you can constant, so you can remove v. Now m is constant, so limit is v, not m. So so v upon under root 1 minus v square upon c square or d mv. Here d mv. Now by integration of fraction, this value becomes mc square Now you can see when integration of this fraction, अरे भैया, now you can see by this that you can solve this equation that is a constant when you dy dx dv of this function, so you can value this formula. Now we put the value, and this value becomes mc square minus m0 c square by the cross multiplication. One value multiply m0 v is equal to plus m0 c square minus m v square. This function is finished. mc square is equal to kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy becomes mc square. This value becomes, now this value becomes m, so mc square, this is whole kinetic energy. So now this value comes from this. You can understand why this solution K kinetic energy is equal to 0 to S F into ds, where ds is the displacement. Now F is equal to mv upon t. We know that in the differential form d is equal to mv upon dt, momentum upon time. K is equal to 0 to S dmv ds upon dt, ds upon dt is equal to velocity. Now we put the value this and we got value this. Now here differentiation dy ds is changes mb, so limit is also changed 0 to mb. Now by the theory of relativity we know that the rest mass upon velocity, this equation is become total mass. Now we put the value of m and this value becomes v, where m is equal to constant. Now by integration of fraction x is equal to dy is equal to this. Now this first function, this first and this is second. This value will become, now in second function y whole function we write this value. Now we put this value from this equation. You got this value by 0 to f first and second bar you put. Now you can multiply and you got the equation directly.